Hi, everybody, and welcome to this episode of Class Captures. This is your host, Jasper Sr. Today I'm going to talk to you about blizzards. A blizzard is often known as a snowstorm, but the detail that's included and has to be in place for it to be considered a blizzard is the wind speed. All right, so a blizzard really has to do with blowing snow. All right, and so it has this idea of falling, but also drifting snow, and it occurs at fronts of low pressure, again, areas of precipitation, or mid-latitude cyclones. In New York State, they cross our location because the polar front moves southward during the winter, and the polar front is basically the edge of the cold air mass that's basically like kind of like a cap over the north pole of North America, of the Earth, sorry. And the concept is in the winter, as the direct rays of sunlight shift south of the equator, that cold air slips more to the south, right? Because the northern hemisphere gets colder, and then we get more of these cold air masses coming around. So blizzards most likely occur in the winter in New York State. Okay, although they can rarely happen in the fall and the spring, never in the summer, obviously, because it's too warm. So, a nor'easter is an extreme weather event that can produce blizzard conditions, and it's an abbreviation of northeast winds, nor'easter. All right. And these winds bring moisture in off the Atlantic Ocean. So we'll have northeasterly winds, and we've learned about source regions and air masses, and the whole idea is this brings in moisture not from the Gulf of Mexico, but off of the North Atlantic. All right. And when it happens in the winter months, this is when we get feet of snow. All right. And so this is the phenomenon that's resulted in the largest snowfalls in the Northeast. So the low pressure will come across the U.S. It'll start gathering more moisture off of the ocean as it crosses over the mid-Atlantic region, and then it goes up to the Northeast, because I've taught you that low pressures travel in a northeasterly direction. And they'll follow the coastline up the Northeast, and they'll have the highest snowfalls in New England, so Massachusetts, Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine. The weather service has different warning advisory levels. All right, so there's advisory, and then there's a watch, which is it's possible to be prepared, and then a warning is to definitely take action. And so they've been streamlining this language so that people can understand the warnings a little bit more. So warning is the most serious. Advisory is the least serious, but they all mean that you need to be prepared. A ground blizzard is a fascinating phenomenon that can be very dangerous, almost even more dangerous than a regular blizzard, and it's not associated with precipitation. It's associated with high winds blowing snow that's already on the ground. All right? And it can be very dangerous because it comes out of nowhere. It can catch people really unprepared, and it can occur on a perfectly clear day. If the wind whips up, it can look like in this picture, captured on a traffic camera, can create a whiteout condition where you can't see anything. All right. So this is not necessarily snowfall. This is all just snow that's been on the ground and is being whipped up by the wind. So some of the hazards are pretty obvious. Trees, when they get all the heavy snow on them and then the wind, they get knocked over. Power lines fall over. The roads become closed or impassable, and communication systems can be disrupted. You can be without power for a long time. Being out in a blizzard, you can have your skin exposed to dangerously cold weather. You can get frostbite, hypothermia. You could slip on the ice or snow. And then driving can be out of the question because the roads are impassable. It could be very dangerous. So it's best to not venture out in a blizzard. You can also get lost. The best thing to do is to stockpile food and water. Be ready to turn on a generator or something like that if your power goes out. And really, just the common thread with all severe weather is to be prepared, know the risks, and to know how to access an accurate weather forecast or news report. And this is a good time as any to mention that the National Weather Service has weather radio frequencies that you can access with special weather radios, or even just regular FM radio stations can provide weather information. This is important because sometimes the internet can go out during a blizzard if the lines get damaged. So it's important to be able to get information in other ways, and to know that these information transmission systems exist as well. So that was a little bit about a blizzard. Thanks for watching this episode of Class Captures.